Hello and welcome to the Unshakable Co-Parent Podcast. My name is Sarah Komoto, your host, and I am a parenting and co-parenting mentor, basically helping women since the day of time move through, step into their MFing power after experiencing emotional and psychological abuse, especially when they share children with someone who's high conflict, narcissistic, abusive, whatever it may be. So today's a little bit of a different episode. I feel like I always say that lately. But this is part of my own personal development, my own evolution, my own growth. And basically, you see me on social media. I think a lot of you who listen do follow me and have followed me first, and then you've come to the podcast. However, you see me on social media sharing what I share, but there is actually something a little bit deeper than what you actually see. Obviously, I don't share everything on social media because, it's not about my life. But this episode is going to give you a little bit of a peek through, maybe a bit shocking, maybe a bit surprising, I don't know, but get your favorite drink and let's get started. Okay, so like I just said, I'm sharing a little glimpse into who I am, what I do, why I'm here, what's the gist, because a lot of people come to me, they see me doing reels and having a presence on social media. I have a public page, I share what I share, I teach what I teach, whether you're inside my containers or not, paid or free. You may know a little bit about me, but here I'm going to be diving in a little bit deeper as to my whole premise. What is unshakable? What does it actually mean? So I'm part of, I'm always working on my personal development, my own growth, my own evolution. I'm someone who actually rises to the top whenever they can, because that's just who I am. That's just how I do things. And I do believe that is why I am where I am. Things could be very different if I thought a certain way, if I had a different kind of mindset. So because of my evolution and my growth, part of what I've been learning is to step into my power more, stop playing small, and go first. I've gone first for many years. For many of you who are listening right now, I've gone first. I have a public profile. You know what I post about. There is no hiding here. Okay, so rather than kind of edit what I was going to say, I'm going to share a post that I shared earlier today. And this is something that I wrote with the intention of just saying it as it is, not filtering myself, not editing anything, and just saying what's on my heart, basically. And I think and believe after you hear this, you're going to get a really good idea of me, my heart, who you are, where you fit in with this, where I fit in with your journey. And some of it will resonate, some of it won't, but it's not about that. It's just about me kind of stop hiding, because a lot of us hide. You're hiding right now. A lot of people follow me and they're like, oh, I'm talking to you in the DMs because I can't comment publicly, or I'm scared to do that, or whatever it may be. Okay, it's common and it's normal to hide, but that's still part of the control that your co-parent has over you. Anyway, without further ado, I'm just going to read it and leave you with that. Okay, so now I'm going to read the excerpt from a post I did. And I hope you resonate. I'm sure you will. Okay. I've been playing small. I've known this for a long time. As bold as I am when I want to be, I always know there's another level to reach to, and I'm never playing at my fullest. That's just something I know deep down. Signs of this is the fact that I still filter and edit my content or message so that it's toned down, basically so that it's palatable for whoever's listening or reading. I don't say what I want to say, how I want to say it. I tone it down and I scale it back. And that is detrimental, I believe. So I worry about being too much, too forceful, too harsh with my words. I'm very intentional with what I say. So I do drop an F-bomb, and I mean it. When I drop an F-bomb, I mean it. It's very intentional. It doesn't slip out of my mouth. It wasn't an accident. It was intentional. And it's my way of rebelling against the good girl people-pleasing programming that I grew up with, that many of us have, that many of us had, and that's the reason why we are where we are right now. why we ended up in the relationships that we ended up in, why we ended up getting married to the certain people that we got married to, why we ended up having children and sharing children with somebody of a certain nature, why your friends and family are who they are, why you are where you are in terms of your career or your business. It's all the sum of that. So growing up, I was shy and self-conscious. I was loud when I wanted to be, but never really took up space or, I didn't say boo to a goose. I didn't want to be noticed. I flew under the radar. But it wasn't until I was forced by the universe, because I just wouldn't listen. I'd had several opportunities over the years in my 20s and early 30s to continue on my journey of becoming who the fuck I was supposed to be. But I kept reverting back, getting distracted in relationships or career or whatever it may be. So because I wouldn't listen, I got a big fat slap in the face, which was an abusive marriage. So with my 18-month-old in tow, I secretly left and I started building from the ground up, brick by fucking brick. So my daughter turns 10 in 2 days, which I'm very excited about. And it does really gets me to reflect back on how I felt back then and the evolution and the growth and the acceleration of that growth over the years. Okay, and this is the acceleration that you get to choose to have. You get to choose anything that you want, but basically where you are right now is exactly the sum of your decisions. It's exactly the sum of your actions, and it's exactly the sum of your inaction. So I work with women who have been through the same experiences of emotional abuse and have walked through the fire. But the big divider, and this is something I've noticed over the years, it's very, very clear and very obvious. The ones that I work with, the ones who come into my world, the ones who join my programs, the ones who work with me one-on-one, the ones who come to my containers, they do not identify as a victim. That's just a commonality. That's a pattern that I notice. And unfortunately, many who come to my DMs or come to my comments, who don't come into my world to do the work, they don't have to come and do the work, but you can tell who's done the work and who hasn't and who's already on that journey. They do identify as a victim, unfortunately. So the kind of woman I work with, she doesn't give two shits who her co-parent is, how rich they are, what their status is, or what they're doing, as she knows her journey is about her and her alone. No one else. She knows she is the key to unlocking what she wants out of life, and she knows she gets to design her life exactly how she wants it to. No one's stopping her. No one's standing in her way, as awful as things are around her. She knows this has nothing to do with her co-parent. She has fear, she's a human. She has emotions, of course, but she takes action. And she's fully aware that there is literally no other option. There is no other option. I have to do what I have to do. The desire for more overshadows any fear that she feels. And she claims her life for herself and for her children. That is the kind of woman who I work with. And why I work with that kind of woman and why that kind of woman does the best in my world, because that is and was me. Okay. So today, I'm married and I also have a 4-year-old daughter. I step into my power every freaking day, but I do it for me first and then I do it for them. And I've held back on posting certain things because, I was in litigation, but the pull to speak up was far greater than the fear I felt. So again, I just kept posting and I continue to. So I've been coming to the realization over the years that this work that I get to do with so many amazing women is far greater than any fear of my co-parents seeing my content and running with it and using it against me, because, believe me, attempts have been made and failed. Again, this is because it has nothing to do with them. This is 100% about me. This is about me stepping up. This is about me going first. This is about me going first to show other women just like you listening to this right now that there is a beautiful life in this space of complete freedom. And it's yours for the taking. Some people don't realize it. You may not realize it right now. Someone who is listening right now will resonate deeply with this. So when you are ready to claim this for yourself, that's when you hire me. That's when you join my containers. That's when you join my world. And it is fucking amazing on the other side. That's all I wanted to share with you. Please listen to this. And I know it will reach the ears that it needs to reach. what I have to share. And if this doesn't resonate with you right now, maybe in 3 months, 6 months, a year, maybe it will. For some, maybe it will never resonate. It may seem like a pipe dream. But then that's when you need to really reflect back and think about, why do I feel that way? Why do I feel that things can't change for me? Because we are women. We are powerful AF. With that, take care. Please share this with anyone you feel needs to hear this. Share it with your friends. Please, if you feel called to, please give me a 5-star rating if that's what you want to rate this podcast for. And I will see you on the other side. Take care. Bye.